Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Kunzan Peo Choling. With the blessing of our teacher, Jesma Akulamo, she has invited Khenpo to teach every Sunday, so we're here again with the blessing of Khenpo's teaching on meditation. Also, there'll be time for Q&A, and then a short Chenrezig practice to finish off today. So we'll have some short announcements at the end of the teaching as well. Thank you so much, Khenpo.
Oh, yeah. Sanji Judan Soji Chonam Nashon Juba the Doni Jabba Jindagi Soji be Sonam Jindola Venue Sanjin Ruba Show Sanji Judan Soji Chonam Nashon Juba Doni Dagi Jin Soji be Sonam Jindola Venue Sanjin Ruba Show Sanji Judan Soji Chonam Nashon Juba the Doni Judan Jindagi Jin Soji be Sonam Jindola Venue Sanjin Ruba Show Sanjin Tamji Dewa the Devi Judan Demach Dunga Jinju Don Jawa Jiji Dunga maybe Dewa Damba the Mendawa Jiji Rancha Don Nidon Travel Tonyum Jimbola Neba Juji Senja Tamji Dewa the Devi Judon Dembaj Dunga Jiji Don Jawa Jiji Dunga maybe Dewa Damba the Mendawa Jiji Rancha Don Nidon Travel Tonyum Jimbola Neba Juji Senja Tamji Dewa the Devi Judon Demba Juji Dunga Jiji Don Jawa Dunga mebe dewa damba do mendawa juji niri doni nandre donyam jembola neba juji kangi tenjin rewa nyunga pa meba che meba cheba meba da meba onwa meba dra tade demen tenji be truba niji shidemba zobe sanje manamji tamba de la shansa lo ngaji sujin benchen ba mala zanya sipa zonye tsutenji nimbi demba pe la dadrawa pe mano ve shala so ande sa. Good morning. So then, kasa generate bodhicitta, okay? Before we are going to listening or meditate. The last, I think, week we already talked about on feeling mindfulness. Oh, I think yeah. Yeah, so so here actually for application of mindfulness, application of body mindfulness and feeling mindfulness and mind mindfulness, and then some in a translating the Chu Tenpa, which is Dharma mindfulness, or some says doctrine mindfulness, some says phenomena mindfulness. Okay, so we are here because third, okay, mind mindfulness. I think which is the most important among the kasa. For application of mindfulness. The four mindfulness actually we are practicing. Why we are practicing? For or to correct our view of the five aggregate of experience in the four wrong way. So this is actually also I already taught many times, like for ordinary people always the perceive or what the for wrong thoughts, like suffering as bliss or happiness, or impermanence as permanent, is it? And then impure as pure, and then selflessness as self. Those are the four wrong thoughts which we always have, that kind of mind, So we need to correct that kind of thought or transform. is it? Or sometimes we call transform, or sometimes we can call change. Or yeah. So this is the Karze, the most important, I think. Um, yeah. So the most important thing is that first, it's important to know who is the creator of this happiness or suffering, is it? And then once we recognize it, then we can find some solution, or we can find way to how to deal with that situation or deal with that, like, for example, the others will say nice things to you, then we will feel happy. If someone's, talk about bad things, then we'll get angry, immediately. And then, of course, other things like jealous, hatred, each other, conflict. Then you are creating more, problems, is it? So, and then the root of all of this is the actually mind, okay? So let's get to know that what is the main root of causing the problems. Once we know the cause of this, that the best way to get rid of, like, unhappiness or suffering or other things, to, is to understand the nature of all the phenomena, the nature of, or sometimes we can say nature of a mind, okay? So this is, I think, very important. Then it's a said, yeah, it's all actually depend on the mindset, because since all conflict comes from the mind, then nothing can stop except, the mind itself. So Buddha also, taught, actually, Buddha's teaching are the antidote to 84,000 negative thoughts. Why we always mention Buddha's teaching are 84,000? Because we have a different thoughts. Like, if we count in briefly, we have, different thoughts in our mind. So 84 different thoughts related with negative emotions. So according to that, Buddha teach, 84,000. Each and every thought have, each antidote. So reason of that, all about actually, mind. Okay, so this is, I think, important to all of us, actually. So therefore, the real meaning of the moment is, it's important to know what the mind, and then there's mental factor. The two different, okay? So to recognize it, one must know what is good and bad. So the reason is because it's in Buddhist teaching, the Buddha himself or other masters always, mention actually the infallible principle that virtuous action lead to comfort, while negative actions bring about suffering. Okay, so initially, therefore, it's essential to recognize what is virtuous and what is negative. In order to know this, then we have to, how to say, focus on mind and mental factor. This is the two different, okay? Mind will explain in the last one, fifth aggregate, okay? What we call consciousness aggregate. And then mental factors are explained when talk about the I think fourth aggregate, which is formation or what? Formation of aggregate. Okay. Okay. So and also sutra actually says all kind of variety, lovely flowers in bloom, a golden palace gleaming and delightful, even such as those have no ultimate creator. They are inputted by the power of thought. The whole world is inputted by the power of thought. So in Chandrakiti and also in Kasa Inye, Tibetan we call Sopen Inye in Abhidhamma Kasa, in Abhidhamma Kosha. Okay, in that teachings are saying actually, all the nirvana and samsara is it came from one's mind. Or sometimes we can say all the nirvana and samsara came from karma. Then karma we came from mind. Okay, so it's a similar like that too. This in sutra also said, and once actually we have actually mastery over own mind, then external conditions such as enemies and loved ones will no longer be able to cause you harm or bring your benefit. However, without control over your mind, that no matter where you find yourself, you will be continually based with the difficulties caused by willing forth of attachment and aversion. It is imperative, therefore, to understand that the mind is the source of all happiness and suffering, and good or bad, attachment and aversion, all kind of, positive or negative, all came from actually mind. So reason of that, Buddha taught, Dipachin Mijashin, commit not a single unwholesome action, cultivate a wealth of virtue, tame completely this mind of our, which means we need to tame our mind. Without timing or tame our mind, then we are, in um, I mean, a bad situation. Once we tame our mind, or once we recognize what is the nature of a mind, then you will easy to get, liberate from samsara, or you will get rid of the suffering. So this is the why reason. Then this is the teaching of Buddhas. So this is the one of the main, Kasa teaching all the three, Buddhas. Three times Buddha, past and present and future Buddhas, and even those, many masters. Why they explain, in the many ways, because of the, or to tame the mind. So tame your own mind. Then Buddha taught. Oh, sorry. Here. Okay. Now we are beginning. Sitting down and relax of our mind. Then next, lay a foundation of your practice by taking refuge. Then the meditate on the full contemplation that change the mind. Once your mind is filled with renunciation and your grasping towards samsara has been completely overturned. The renunciation is very important. Once we know the nature of samsara, or what is, Karze orta, unbenefit of samsara, then you will, Karze orta, renunciation, and also your grasping towards samsara has been completely overturned. You will have truly set out on the path to liberation. Then next step involves training in the precious discipline of not harming others. This is the one of reason where one of the cause of, rebirth in a human being, and to keep vows. In discipline. Okay, said there is many causes rebirth in a human being. One is wish and aspiration. One is discipline. Okay, without these two, I think it's difficult to get human being or human life. Okay, so then Ayadeva once actually wrote the Dharma in briefly. What is the meaning of Dharma? Then he said, it's easy, it's a non-violence. In shortly, not harming to others. Tsewa meba. In Tibetan we call tsewa meba. So once we took refuge, okay, in the Dharma, then we have to keep that vow, okay? Not just, 1 day or 2 days, because when we taking refuge, then we already, Karze promised, so I will not harm to others till until to get Buddhahood. Okay, so reason of that why different the Theravada and Mahayana refuge. It's a timing. One is different timing. The Theravada or others, they take a refuge, like an ordinary refuge, so until death. In Mahayana, until Buddhahood. So this is the different, refuge. Okay, so we are following Mahayana Buddhist. So yeah, when we already took as a refuge in the Dharma, then we have to keep that vow until to get Buddhahood achieve. Okay, so this is also important. So take whichever of 7 or 8 classes of vows, which is pratimoksh. We call pratimoksh, individual, vows. And according to Hinayana, okay, if that vow taking with bodhicitta mind, okay, then that vow turn it bodhisattva vows. Okay, it depends on your motivation. If you're taking refuge by yourself until death, then it's a called, individual, vows. Okay, if you're taking that vow until Buddhahood, then it's a, with bodhicitta. Then it becomes, bodhisattva vows. Okay, so any kind of 7 or 8 classes of the vows of individual liberation. So if you want to take, the Nyene or Genye or Getsu or Gelon, it doesn't matter, It depends on how you motivate. Okay, so since the true cause of Buddhahood is the altruistic mindset of bodhicitta, Then you should also direct your mind towards the contemplative lojong, we call lojong, okay, practice, as well as bodhicitta, which stems from love and compassion. This process will bring about a workable frame of mind, which is essential for what masters taught. And then Nagarjuna also said, "O fearless one, what need is there to say more? The most beneficial pieces of advice is just this: you must um, tame your own mind." Okay, so Buddha taught, since the mind lies at the root of all Dharma. And then also Patu Rinpoche said, though there is 84,000 teaching, they all come down to the mind alone. It's the same thing that Dipachya Mishashin, commit, not doing unwholesome virtues. So which I already mentioned it. And then also, Shantideva, what is the point of engaging in all sorts of practices if you don't practice garden your own mind? So this is the reason. So all the teachings, or Buddha and those masters are, teachings only for, to tame our mind. So as alluded to in this passage above, all forms of virtues and wise, or because wise are rooted in the mind. If the mind becomes filled with the negativity and self-fixations develop toward the body, possessions, and other such factors, forget about becoming a Buddha. You won't even attain a liberation. So liberation or liberate means free from suffering, samsaric suffering. It's not easy, to free from samsara or free from suffering until you have that kind of renunciation, Then therefore, it's important to ponder the fact that though you may start out clinging dearly to your body and those other things, in the end, you will have no choice but to part from them and leave them behind. Having thought this through, you must habituate your mind to giving away the three bases of ego clinging. The reason here is that the willingness to give is the thing we are most in need of at this point in time. Then you can move on to meditating on the equality of self and then others, and exchanging self and others, which is bodhicitta. Okay, so which will bring about a workable frame of mind, and then pacify the mind with the meditative absorption of tranquility. Even if we completely eradicate, okay, root of existence by following those steps, it is still necessary to meditate on selflessness and emptiness. This is the different how Theravada and Mahayana applying whether it's a mind mindfulness or body mindfulness, okay, apply with to knowing the emptiness, okay. So the Theravadas, they apply like body, if they are meditating on body mindfulness, then if they want really that mindfulness bring into the path, then they apply with impermanence. The Mahayana, they apply with emptiness. Okay, this is a little bit different. Okay, so we need to, apply with emptiness. So as those are the antidote to the two obscuration at the outside of this process, these two factors must be, truly ascendant via the wisdom that comes from study and contemplation. This will create an inner experience of certainty concerning the meaning of selflessness. Then Mipam Rinpoche also said over and over again, meditation should never be lacking in certainty. As this is the case, therefore, here is a very important to knowing that there are two types of phenomena, or sometimes we call knowable. Is it knowable or phenomena? Normally, we use this word. In the Tibetan, we call sheja, which means phenomena. Okay, sometimes it's translated into like, Dharma also. But at this time, I think it's a suitable translate like, phenomena. There is two types of phenomena. Okay, one is tangible, one is intangible. Okay, also sometimes we go or translate existence and non-existence. Or ngupo tang ngume. Ngupo is tangible, ngume is intangible. Okay, then for the Karze, tangible itself has three categories. Okay, one is shepa, we call shepa, which means consciousness. Okay, then other one is a pembo, which means composed of particles, or sometimes they, I think, translated matter. Okay, then we call demin Demin, which is a thing that is neither matter nor consciousness. Okay, in between, we can say. So these three are the actually main categories of tangible. Okay, we have then now it's time to talk about the concept of consciousness. Okay, consciousness always mentioned in the five aggregate or five scandal, we can say. Okay, the last one, okay, fifth one is talking about consciousness. The what is the actually definition of consciousness? Then it's a said nature of clarity itself. Any kind of consciousness. Some consciousness related with wrong, some are related with right. We can say that, or some are positive, some are negative. Is it? So no matter, it doesn't matter it's negative or positive, or right or wrong. Whatever consciousness itself, actually nature is clarity. Okay, so then this consciousness has actually also divided into two. The main category is actually one is mind, one is mind factor. Is it? Yeah, but mind factor always explain the fourth scandal, okay, duji, Tibetan concurrent, or sometimes, sorry, formation, okay, aggregate of formation. In that is also two different, one is concurrent, one is non-concurrent. Okay, so what is the differences between the mind and mind factor? Okay, it they explain in the Abhidharma, these two are when become different, when these two grasp something object. Grasp? Yeah, we can say grasp. I don't know really. Zin is, I think, grasp. Okay, yeah, grasps an object. Mind grasps an object, and mental factor also, grasps an object. Then mind grasps, when the mind grasps an object, then only grasps only the essence of that object, just like, just seeing, or just hear, or just taste. Then after that, then if we eat something, okay, then after you chew, then it goes to throat to stomach. Then you feel it's good or bad, or sweet or salt. That grasps only by mental factor. Mind, it cannot, judge. Okay, this is the two different way. The grasped only the essence of that object. When the mental factors grasp an object, it grasps the characteristic of that object. This is the two. It's a Buddha Maitreya. Actually, he mentioned it in his teaching. Okay, what is the two different of these two? Mind and main. We can say main mind, and then mind factor. Is it? It's okay. Then when the two mind applied to an object, then these two always came with 5 identity. Okay, always. So this is also, mentioned in Abhidharma. So one is 5 identity we call Tsungbanga. There are several traditions regarding the commentaries shared by the mind is the same, and mental factor is Semjung. Tibetan mind is the same. Semjung is mind factor. Okay? In Abhidharma, then says always with the 5 identities, these two actually. When the like eyes, or like over eye consciousness grasp something, then after that, that object, if nice or bad, okay, it grasped by mind factor. Then these two always, came together with the supporting identity. One is, if I grasp like, red color, then mind also grasps red color. That is called actually a supporting identity. Okay, then mipa, which is observation or reference. If here saying matter kasa, the observation, we can say that, is it? Or reference. Yeah. Then number, appearance. identity of appearance. Okay. Then du is identity of time. Then they, which means identity of substance. These five are always together comes with mind and mental factor. Okay. Then said when we talk about mind, then we call the Tosem, which is the consciousness. Okay, the aggregate of consciousness or main mind. The aggregate of consciousness is that which individually cognates the object identity of all phenomena. Then aggregate can be divided into, this aggregate can be divided into six, yeah, I consciousness, two, mind consciousness. Is it? Yeah. Zosen Junlis, okay. Yeah. Yeah, here saying I faculty up until the connection of its own special object. Then Semjung, which means mental factor, is actually formation, aggregate of formation. Okay, the aggregate of formation is defined as the act of truly creating. It is defined as all conditioned thing other than the four aggregate, like a form, sensation, or perception of consciousness. This aggregate includes the formation concurrent with the mind, then which we call formation that are not concurrent with the cognitive acts. Okay, so this is the two formation. So here we need to focus on the formation concurrent with the mind. Then it said there is 50, I think 50, yeah, 51 mental factors, okay? Or we can say 51 formation concurrent with mind. Because while I'm talking about this, in this, we can recognize which mind is related with the Dharma or positive thought, which mind is related with negative thought. First, we need to recognize that. Then, after that, then you can check by yourself, your consciousness, related positive mind or negative mind. When we hear it, we need to focus on mind, mind which are positive, then of course you can practice on that. If your mind is negative, then we need to try to avoid that mind, If we don't recognize what is, positive mind or negative mind, or positive thought or negative thought, then it's difficult to concentrate mind, which mind? Is it? Is it difficult? So then there is actually 51 mental state, sometimes there's more mental factor, mental state, or 55, okay? So here saying the kundonga, which means the 5 ever-present mental state are actually semba is attraction, okay? Then chowa is cessation. Then ndushe is perception. Then yiji is also attention. Okay, yeah. Then rekpa is contact. Those are the 5 ever-present mental state. Okay, these are always with, consciousness, any kind of consciousness, whether it's negative or positive, always with. Okay, so here saying it's the same. Among those, Choa and Duje is the explanation is a different way, but here Choa is actually a feeling, the feeling of suffering, feeling of happiness. We can say that. Is it? Then perception. Then it's a semba, which means attraction. Attraction. Like attraction describes the process of mind moving towards and becoming involved with an object. Okay, Samba. In terms of support, there are 6 such as attraction upon the meeting of I between object, sense, faculty, and consciousness. Okay, and so other also, then air also, then tongue, nose, body, and the mind. Okay, Samba. Tibetan we call Samba, Then Yiji, which is attention. Attention describes the process of the mind fixating upon the object concerned. Then Repa is contact, is the meeting together of the 3 object, sense, faculty, and consciousness. Then Yunginga, which means 5 object determining mental state, are actually Ndumba in intention, Mipa is interest, and Temba is a recollection, and then Tinginzen is a concentration, and then Sherab is discrimination, or sometimes we can call a wisdom. Okay, Yunginga. Then Ndumba, which intention is to try to possess to desire, desired object. It's support application of exertion. Okay, the each and every, those mental factor, I think a little bit explain meaning. Ndumba, intention, and then Mipa is interest, meanings holding on to the certain forms, a form of a determined object. It's yeah, and then Temba, recollection. Yeah, recollection means not forgetting. And Tingyinzen is a concentrate, okay, not distracting to other things, which you are wishing or which you are focusing on something. Then Shera, yeah, discrimination. Yeah, or sometimes we can say wisdom. Then it comes in that 51 mental factor, we can find 11 positive mental state. 11, only 11. Okay, then of course in between that other mental states are related with those 11 positive thoughts. Okay, so Gesem Juji we call 11 virtuous mental state. One is Tepa, is faith. Okay, then Payu is Kasa. Difficult to Kasa. Consciousness, is it? I don't know. Yeah, consciousness, Okay, then Xinjiang is a Plancy. Plancy? Plancy. Plancy. Is it? Pliancy. Plancy. Flexible, yeah. Yeah, Xinjiang we call. Because why we are meditating? Because of this. Body and mind. We need to make a flexible. Okay, that is called Xinjiang. Then Dongyam is equanimity. Then Ngonsa Sheba, like a kind of a regret, something you have done a wrong thing, Ngonsa Sheba. But it's here saying conscience, 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 meaning shunning misdeed, either because of oneself or the Dharma. Is it? Okay. Then Teyeba, which means shame. Okay. The name Machaba is non-attachment. And Madangwa is non-aggression. Is it? Aggression? Aggression. Madangwa. Then Timu Meba, which is non-delusion. Okay. Or non ignorance, timu mepa. Then mitsewa, non-violence, non-violence. Okay. Then Chenrezig is diligence. Those are the 11 kasa virtue mental states. So we need to focus on those mental states. Okay. If your mind related with the faith, then it's okay. You can focus on that. Here we are, Karze, focusing on Karze, mind or mental factors. Okay? So these are the 11 virtuous mental states. Okay? So your mind or your thought or any other consciousness, okay, connect with these 11 virtuous mental states, then it's okay. You can, focus on that continuously, okay? If your mind is actually not related to all those, then we have to try to avoid all the those mind or mental factor or thoughts. Is it? So these are the 11 kasa virtues mental state. Okay. And then Magivi Senjung. Then it comes kasa non-virtuous mental state. There's many, nishu. We call 20, mental states. Okay, not only 20. This is briefly they actually, taught, Migivi Sen, which is a non-virtuous mental state. Marikpa, the 6 roots, disturbing emotions. Then 20 subsidiary disturbing emotions, okay? The Maripa, which means ignorance, Drecha is attachment, then Kunto is anger, then Ngaja is arrogance, then Tensam is doubt, and then Tawa is actually view. Okay, this is talking in general, this view, okay, general view. Okay, then if we talk about this mental factor 55, then Tawa itself divided into 5, okay, So this is why the tawa telang na. So the 5 types of view is jitso tawa. One is jitso, which means grasping I, or my, and myself. Then tarzing tawa, the holding extreming. Extremis? Extremis, yeah. Okay? Which means we are thinking, everything is, permanent, kind of like that. Then lokta is here saying perverted belief. Perverted? Perverted. Yeah. Like, you are not believing in a karma, and you are not believing in a karze, rebirth. Lokta, we call lokta. I don't know. Means actually regarding an existing facts as being non-existent. Okay? And then tawa chonjing, holding a belief to be paramount, okay, which is also a wrong view. Okay, then tsutim and tujuk chonjing, when holding a discipline or ritual to be paramount. Okay, so those are the the root, sometimes 6 roots of disturbing emotion. Sometimes we call 10, a root of disturbing emotion, because tawa itself, divided into 5. So then comes, ignorance, attachment, anger, arrogance, doubt, then 5 types of views. Okay, so we call the 10 roots of affliction, emotions. Sometimes we can say like that too. Okay. So then, nishu, then comes 20 substandard. So I think yeah, so it's okay to finish this. Huh?
I'd love to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, just a count, okay. Nishu, which means 20 subsidiary disturbing emotions, control, okay, which means kind of anger, okay, the fears, or translated fears, I don't know. It's related with anger, okay. Then cleansing, which means resignment, yeah. Okay, then sikpa, which means spite, yeah, spied, sikpa. Okay, then number sewa, harmfulness, sewa, and chado is jealous, and yo is hypocrisy. Then ju is pretend, okay, pretense. Yeah, pretense, or yoju, we call yoju. Tibetan, we call yoju, pretending, or it's the same meaning. Someone is, pretending something. Yeah, the Jew. That is also, kase, the negative, affliction, emotions, okay? But sometimes, our Rinpoche always mention, sometimes we need to pretend. Yeah, because it helps you to not doing something bad. Okay, if you think you are, if we pretend in front of, other people, I'm great practitioner or something like that, then you will never do wrong things, because you're already, thinking or pretend yourself as, I'm great practitioner. So sometimes it's a need, but not always. Okay. Then ngonsa mepa, lack of conscience, conscience ngonsa mepa. This is very, not this one, till mepa, which is shamelessness. In Buddhism, these two are, a different, ngonsa meba, which lack of conscience is uh, depend on other person, which is kind of in person between. The meba, shamelessness, is not in person. Okay, when we do something wrong, if we are, do something wrong thing without anybody around you, okay, but you don't have this kind of conscience at that point, but you have to think about, other beings around you. They can see you, like, those great masters and protectors, God, then other, beings, which you cannot see in front of your eyes, but still they can see you. You have to think like that. Okay. This is called chebeba, shamelessness. Then chapa, with concealment. Concealment. If someone did something wrong, then you are not telling the others, this hiding, yeah, kind of hiding. This is for lamas, monks, is really bad, actually, this one. Chapa, we call chapa. Okay, every second hiding your something, then you will get, karsa, punishment. Okay. Then sena is a stinginess. Okay. Jakpa means kind of ego, jak. And matepa, lack of faith. Then lelo, laziness. Okay. Laziness. Lelo. Because this is the opposite of diligence. Yeah. Diligence itself, nature is virtuous. Okay. Then opposite of diligence, it becomes to karsa, nyemongba, which we call nyemong, which means a negative emotion, laziness. Okay. And then pa mepa, I don't know, he is saying like heedlessness. Hate, Heed, headlessness. Like, careless, yeah. And then jenge, forgetness, forget, yeah, forgetfulness. Then shejimeba, it's saying the non-alertness. Dao or what? Okay. Then the mupa is, I don't know, lethargy, mupa. Okay. Then geba, excitement. Okay. Yeah, this is two kind of this mukpa and geba. Mukpa, which means when we're doing something, meditation, if we really, are deep focusing, then your mind a little bit become, feel sleepy, kind of like that, not really clearly. That is called mupa lethargy. Then Gerpa means your mind is not really concentrating on the object or whatever you wish to meditate, Your mind is, roaming outside. We call Gerpa. Then number yema is distraction. Okay? Okay. These are the nishu, subsidiary mental factor or subsidiary negative emotions. Okay? And then, sorry, here, Jinjushi, which means four, here's in variables. It can be changed, okay, according to the situation. One is sleeping, okay? One is jeba, is a regret. Sometimes we regret, doing bad things. But sometimes somebody or someone can also regret doing good things. So it depends on, yeah. Then tokpa is conception. Okay? Then shepa is kasa, discernment. Okay? So those four are the four variables. So then altogether, how much how much mental, but yeah, 51 is mental, mental factors, okay? Then 6 main mind, we can say that, a 6 main consciousness, okay? Then 51 or 55 is mental factor. Then all these, because it's 51 or 55 in that, then you can search or you can investigate, okay, which your mind is related with which. If it's related with those, 10 virtues, mental factors, then okay. If your mind is related to other mental factors, then we need to try to avoid or abandon, all those. Okay?
You said 10. I thought there were 11.
Which one?
The virtues.
Oh, Gesem Chuchik, yeah. 11 virtues, okay? Yeah.
Where do we search for this?
No, I mean, you have to research by yourself. Investigate.
Where is your? Can we have access to what?
Yeah. I can print it out, then give it. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. This is actually important, Sometimes we say, I'm focusing on mind. Then, mind, what kind of mind, So if you are focusing on mind, which is, because a virtual mind, then okay, is it? If your mind, you're focusing on non-virtual mind, then it's, that meditation is really not benefit, Of course, it looks like you are meditating from if someone see you.
Pretense.
Yeah, that kind of, then it's become a pretend. Not pretend, yeah. Okay, it's important. So that's the reason yeah, this I collect all those Karze. Yeah. So I will print it out. Then, yeah. Also, I think, yeah, Ngombo already mentioned actually last, I think. Yeah. Is it? Because, like, those like Four Noble Truth, Four Seals, Three Jewels, and Eight Path, kind of like that. If someone newly, practitioner, that they can, they don't understand what is the Four Noble Truth and other things, then it's good to have like a physical, yeah, yeah. So okay, then next time I will try. Okay. Yeah, it's yeah. So important. Okay. By recognizing such main mind or mind factory, okay, factors, whether your thoughts are good or bad, if you have a good thought, keep it up. If it's a negative thought, try to avoid it, okay? In particular, when we are talking in Mahayana, then always think the mind is not just a focusing on mind, okay? Think that mind is also what? Impermanent or emptiness. Okay, not just focusing on the, mind, negative or positive. Okay, doesn't matter actually, negative mind or positive mind. It always, keep changing. So we need to think, that. Then your meditate is genuine, consider a path kind of, liberate, that path can liberate from samsara or from suffering. Okay, so this is the important impermanence or karsa, emptiness. Okay. Yeah, keep that in your mind and then try it again until it get used to it, or habit, or habit. And then what we call sometimes the addict. Yeah, addict. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Where does devotion or compassion come into these factors?
Devotion and compassion always, Karze, connect with some are connect with faith, some are connect with wisdom, okay, or some are connect with like diligence. There's many actually, love, kindness, compassion, we talk about like that. Then what those kasam mind or related, which kind of those 11 virtues mental state, okay, tepa, or some are intention, or some are interesting, Chenrezig, or ndumba, okay, yeah. So according to Abhidharma, actually, this one is talking about, Abhidharma, okay? Abhidharma. It's briefly, they're just, saying like that. But beyond this, we can find many actually varieties of mind or other things, okay? This is just briefly. But most of the those, interconnected, connected each other actually. Yeah. Okay.
most people, at least and Americans have the most difficult time with the concept of emptiness versus impermanence, I think is more tangible, or we can think about it more. Can you say a little bit more about the mechanics of meditating on emptiness? In other words, it's difficult. So if you sit to meditate on emptiness, can you say more about that?
Emptiness.
That's a big topic.
Yeah. Emptiness itself, very, Karze, deep and wide topic, really. But when we talk about emptiness, then don't think, emptiness is like, empty and nothing there. It's not like that actually, From emptiness, then can appearance, everything. Yeah, why we can see this flower or this cup or this paper? Because of emptiness. So there's not really Karze, big different appearance and emptiness. Okay, when we talk about emptiness, then we think like this, like I wrote something here. If it's empty, then it's just a paper. Like that, we think like that, This paper is empty, which means there's no Karze, writing. But in over Buddhism, emptiness is not like that. Okay, so it's really difficult. Of course, in the future, yeah, we can try to talk about on that. Okay, yeah, but right now, yeah. But of course, we just think emptiness, which means there's nothing really solid. Okay, and emptiness and impermanence is really we can't say that big different. Okay, but slightly different, but not really big different. Okay, just think in like that right now. Okay, impermanence, emptiness, kind of same. Okay. Yeah. So those are the mind and mental factors. Okay. I will give you. Okay. Then you have to how to say remember always. Well, last year I already gave some home Karze exercise homework. Yeah, those negative emotions.
360.
Yeah. This is that one is. I give the two different, the Mahayana and the Theravada.
We got a packet,
Yeah.
packet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that you can find, yeah. So those are actually not different than this also, okay? But they explain a different way. That's just a different only. Other than that, it's the same. In that, also talking about the 10, the root affliction emotions in that Karze, which I gave to the homework. It's the same, 10 root Karze affliction emotion, defilements. Okay, then those are the Karze compared to the fast bhumi and then other bhumis, then it's comes many. Other than that, it's the main is 10. Yeah. Here also saying if we divided view itself 5, then it comes 10. That is the same last time I gave it to you. Yeah. Nyemongba. Then all the other mental factors are actually connected with those 10. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Can you repeat the 11 virtuous ones?
Yeah. I can. Ndumba, mimba, temba. In the English, then.
Yeah, in English, what are these?
I'm the Karze. Ndumba, mimba, temba, tinzin shira. Yingye ngas. Okay. Gesen chujis. Depa, faith, and bayu. Bayu is careless. No, careful, kind of careful. Bayu. Here's consciousness. Yeah, consciousness. Yeah, bayu. I mean, care. Kind of like that, okay? Care. Yeah. Then Xinjiang. Flexible. Okay. Then Tongyam is equanimity. Then Ngonsa Shepa as conscience. Then Teba is shame. Yeah. Has shame. Kind of like that. Okay? Not shameless. Someone who have shameful. Okay. Yeah, shameful kind of. Then Machaba, non-attachment. Madangwa, non-aggression. Aggression. Then Timu Mepa, non-delusion or non-ignorance. Yeah. Yeah, Ripa or wisdom. You can Mitsewa, non-violence. Then Chenrezig, which is diligence. Yeah, those are the 11. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now you got it? I hope so. Maybe to do. Okay. Those are the actually formation with Karze. Concurrent with the mind formation. Okay. Then non-concurrent Karze concurrent formation is a different. Okay. Then there's also Diminduji Nishu Zapshi is a 24 non-concurrent formation also. Yeah.
read this in English. In the northwest country of
Uriana, born in Poland, had a lot of lodges, endowed with the most marvelous spiritual attainment. You are renowned as the lotus born, surrounded by the return of many darkness. Following your steps, I pray to you, please come forth and grant
your blessings. Guru Namaste.
Om Bedzanguru Pema Siddhi Hum. Your thousand arms, thousands universe monarch. You thousands eyes, thousands Buddhas of this fortunate age. You who teach each and every one of us according to our needs. Lord Avalokiteshvara, to you I pay homage. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Omani bime, omani bime, omani bime, omani bime, omani bime. Omani bime, omani bime, omani bime, omani bime, omani bime. Mani bime, mani bime, mani bime. Omani bime, omani bime, omani bime. Omani bime, mani bime, mani bime. Omani bime, omani bime, omani. Omani bime, om.
Om Mani Padme Hum 3. By this virtue, may I
Swiftly accomplish the state of Chenrezig, and many all sentient beings without exception.
in that very state.
By this level, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May the mind be filled with the nature of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shining toward all realms. Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Also,
And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It's customary after teaching to make an offering. We have offering baskets over there, also QR codes if you might like to make an offering online. We have a very special retreat going on next weekend, Nongne Retreat, led by Khenpo Karze. It involves, it's a purification practice. It involves prostrations and mantra recitation, and also fasting. So it's, we have flyers on the doors as you leave, much more information online about what it takes to do this retreat. It's on Saturday and Sunday, and the fasting and the end of retreat is Monday morning. So please look into that. It will be held in this room again with Khenpo Karze leading the retreat.
This is canceled. We won't have any class.
Oh yeah, so this class next weekend, so Saturday meditation and this regular Sunday meditation will not be happening. The retreat will be happening in here. You are still welcome to come and be in this room and meditate in this room, but just please be respectful of everyone that will be on retreat. And it also is a silent retreat, so just know that no one in here will be able to talk to you. Yes. So, and then also wanted to mention that KPC Buddhist Relief, which is a humanitarian arm of KPC, is doing a holiday clothing drive. So today is one of our big first collections for gently used but clean clothing. If you have jackets, gloves, hats, anything that you can bring here. We're doing that collection by 4 p.m. today, but this will be an ongoing thing. So start collecting, gathering your things, or if you have friends and family that have items that they can donate. We also have a QR code to donate to that as well, and those will be posted around campus. So, And we'll do a few snacks and refreshments now, so we can all have some sweet treats together. And please enjoy the rest of your day here at KPC. There's many things to do. There's beautiful stupas and walking trails across the street, and our koi pond and all of our sweet animals. And in a few minutes, you have a drum circle across the street at the Grinche statue. So please join us there as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin.
No, so there's a very, Shanti Deva,
Thank you so much
Oh,
for
yeah.
the teaching.
Thank you. It's okay. Shanti Deva.